This week on Real Life with type 2 diabetes. Cheese, I got folio wrap. I'm not happy with these numbers and it just pisses me off. No, I don't want to be sick. Smart sweets. Good morning. Woo. Rise and shine. Sun's starting to come out. It's day one of me tracking my glucose with a continuous glucose monitor. I'm going to be testing almost everything I eat, including my coffees. Not today's, of course, because I haven't put on my monitor yet, which I'm going to do next. But I just hope to share my journey with you. I'm a little afraid my blood sugars might be a little high since I kind of fell off the wagon during the holidays. And then I had a big life transition, work life and home life. I moved out to the country. It was a big move, lots of changes. So I wasn't really keeping track of what I was eating or monitoring too much. So just a week ago, I started eating low carb keto again, and now I'm going to start tracking, and hopefully my blood sugar is okay. And if it's not, I'll fix it. And again, I do this all without medication and strictly food. So feel free to join me along the ride. I'm going to be posting one video every week. I'm also going to be testing some popular products that a lot of people in the keto community use to see how it affects my blood sugar. And again, remember, certain foods may affect people differently. So if it affects me negatively or positively, it may affect you differently as well. But I'm just showing you what I do and how it affects me. Okay, I'm going to be putting on my Freestyle Libre sensor, and we're going to start testing my blood glucose. So this is what I am using, the Freestyle Libre by Abbott. It's a flash glucose monitoring system. So this is the monitor here. I already took it out. And now I have to install the sensor on the back of my arm. I've never done this before, so I'm gonna we're gonna test it, make sure it works. Hopefully it does. So this is the sensor. It comes in like almost like something you can dip your chicken nuggets in at McDonald's. So you take off the lid. This is sort of, I don't know if you'd call it well, I guess it's called the applicator. It's almost like a needle, which it is. It's gonna poke my arm. And it says to line up, that's where you line up this thingy, let it focus, to this thingy, this right here. Oh, we're gonna line them up. So now I'm gonna apply it to the back of my arm. Although that needle in there looks really big, it doesn't look that, I think it's gonna hurt. Anyways, let's do this. So back of my arm, let's say right about there. Lord help me if I die. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that didn't hurt. Oh, it's actually hurting now. There you go. That's the sensor. So now it lasts for 2 weeks. So over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be testing what I eat. So let's see what it says. And there you go. 8.7. Still pretty high. I usually am higher in the mornings. But it's after 11 a.m. now, and you think it would go down. So I am having some eggs and bacon for lunch. 2 eggs and 3 slices of bacon. And then I'll check my blood sugars after, and then 2 hours after to see how it affects me. Okay, I'm back. And it's 2 hours after my lunch. I had bacon and eggs. After my lunch, I did check my blood sugars and it was at 8.6. So 2 hours later, I'm going to check it now and we'll see what it says. It went down 7.4. So, I don't know if you can see that or not. What that means is I probably do get high blood sugars in the morning, the dawn phenomenon. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it. But I'm wondering if it was my morning coffee. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to test that. So I'm going to measure my glucose reading in the morning when I wake up before I have my coffee, and then I'm going to have my coffee and measure, and then 2 hours later. Good morning. Day 2 here. Just to recap, yesterday was day 1. My blood sugars were kind of all over the place. I'm not sure if because it's a new sensor, new system. They did say it takes about 24 hours for it to get used to your body. So I started off yesterday 9.1, and then I went up to 8.3 around lunch. After lunch I was 7.4. I did a workout and then I was 7.9. But then after that, around 7:40 p.m., I got down to 5.8. And that was before dinner, because I usually eat dinner pretty late. And so then after that, after dinner, I got up to 8.1. That was 2 hours after dinner. For dinner, I only had a flat out wrap, which is a protein up. It's 7 net carbs. There is some maltitol in it, so that might be a reason why my blood sugar spiked a little. So I'm gonna have to monitor that, and if that's the case, I won't eat those wraps anymore. And in the wrap, I had some ground beef and cheese. That's it. So it's probably the wrap that spiked my blood sugars after dinner. And by the way, if you're in the US and you measure your blood sugars differently, you would just multiply my number 7.3 times 18, and that would be the milligram per deciliter, I believe, you measure in the US. And I'm going to measure my blood glucose now and see it's at 10.5. It's even higher. So I'm assuming that's from the coffee or the Splenda in my coffee. It's only 9:30 a.m. right now, so I will test around 11:30 just to see if it went back down. I am heading out doing some grocery shopping today. I'm running around, so I'll bring my monitor with me and check it then. For those of you just starting out, and you're out and about and you need to grab something, I went to McDonald's and got a double cheeseburger with cheese. So it's a double cheeseburger, no ketchup, and pickles. And there's onions in there too. So there's no bun. It's low carb. It's something that's going to get me through until I get home. So it's an option. Okay, so I'm back home. So I had lunch. I had that McDonald's lunch, the burgers, about 12 o'clock, so it's almost 2. So I'm just going to check my blood sugars now just to see what they're at. 8.1. So doesn't seem to be going down too much after eating. I think I might do some fasting. I need to think about it. Also, as I was out, I went and bought a few products that I want to test out. So I'm going to be testing out the Smart Sweets Quest bars because they were on sale. No sugar added. chocolate covered almonds from Bulk Barn that a lot of people in Canada anyways like to eat. Lily's chocolate. So over the next couple of weeks I'm going to be testing some of these products just to see how they affect my blood sugars. If they actually spike a lot, then I would eliminate them from what I eat. I also bought an adhesive waterproof tape to go over the sensor so that when I shower it doesn't get affected. A lot of people have noted that theirs tend to fall off. They don't usually last the full 14 days. So I'm hoping with the tape there it's going to stay on for the 14 days. And I bought, this is the tape I bought. It's the Next Care self-adhesive waterproof tape. Good morning. Day 3. Just got out of bed, about to make my coffee, and I'm going to check my blood sugar for the first time today. Yeah, 8.2. So I'm going to keep track of that. Let's hope it goes down. I think I might be fasting today. Just going to be having coffee with some cream in it. We'll see. I have some recipes to shoot today, take pictures, cook, and I'm going to post them on my blog. I'm doing a pizza recipe mixed, almond flour mixed with pork rinds. And I'm also going to do a chicken nugget recipe. So those will all go on my website. I'll link them down below. So we'll see if I'm going to fast, but we'll catch you later. Okay, so I checked my blood sugar, and as you know, this morning when I got up, it was 8.2. I then had my coffee, and it went up to 9.4, which isn't too bad after having something to eat or drink. And then I'm going to check it in about 2 hours. I'm not going to eat anything else to see if it goes back down. Now, I am learning that if something affects your blood sugars, if it goes above 1.5, then you should be concerned after ingesting something, which equals to 30 milligrams per deciliter if you're in the US. It's not something to be too concerned about. What I suggest is if it does go above that and it doesn't go back down to normal range, whatever your normal range is. I'm still trying to figure out what my normal range is because as you know, I'm basically doing a reset because I was off eating all sorts of things over the holidays. So I'm trying to get my range back to normal again. And normal for me is around 5.7 to 6. Good morning. Just an update from yesterday. My blood sugars before dinner went down to 5.7, which was great. Once I ate dinner, it went back up to about 8.2. I also had some of those no sugar added chocolate covered almonds that I think they have maltitol in them, and my blood sugars didn't spike at all. I only had about 5 of the almonds, but it didn't spike, so that's good. So that's something I know I can probably eat again without too much worry about it spiking my blood sugars. Today I had my coffee this morning. I haven't checked my blood sugars yet, but I'm gonna fast the rest of the day. So I think I really need a good reset, and fasting probably. So I started fasting last night after dinner. I haven't had anything. This morning I just had coffee with a little bit of cream in it. And I'm going to continue fasting at least until tomorrow morning. So it'll be over 24 hours, probably 36 hours. I may go longer, I don't know, we'll see. But so today is just strictly water. and salt. So I use pink Himalayan salts. I usually get it at Winners or Marshall's. And I just take some of the rock salts, put it under my tongue while I fast, and I just drink water all day. I'm just gonna take my blood sugar now just to check how it is after my coffee. It may be high because I just had coffee, but we'll see. Whoa, 10.1. Yeah, it's really upsetting getting these numbers like this. I feel like I've just been trying to work really hard at getting the numbers down, and I know it's going to take time to reset, but this really, I'm not happy with these numbers, and it just actually just pisses me off. I mean, it's just so hard trying to manage these blood sugars, having that always on my mind, trying to, do my best, trying to eat properly, and then have these blood sugars over 10. It's really hard, I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be like my mother, who's suffering from diabetes every day, who's in the hospital every other week. It's just really difficult to try and, always have this on my mind and be stressed about it. There was a point I had it managed really well, and I don't want to go back on meds again. But I will, if I have to. If I can't get my blood sugars down, I'm giving myself a month. Then I'm gonna have to. I'll go back to the doctors and go back on metformin, which there's nothing wrong with that, taking meds. I'm not against it. Although I pride myself in not, in controlling my blood sugars without meds, so it's gonna be hard to go back on them. I never had any bad side effects with metformin either, but I just don't want to go back on them. So I'm going to refocus. I'm going to continue to fast today. I'm going to work on my weight loss as well, because I know that, trimming down will help control blood sugars as well. It's not just a matter of eating properly so that, it makes it easier to control your blood sugars. We'll see. Good morning. It's a little early. I think it's 7 a.m. Day 5, Friday. Update from yesterday. I went to Costco and I got a lot of goodies. I'll show you what I bought actually. I got a big thing of ground beef because I hope to be eating more meat next week. I got 36 eggs. I got Lakanto sweetener. I didn't really need it, but it was on sale. I don't use it that often. Some magnesium was on sale. Olives. 2 things of creamy dill salad. I got some pepperettes. I got some Dubliner cheese, Gruyere cheese. I got the folio wraps, bacon crumble, almond flour, good fat bars, only because I want to test them on my blood sugar. Brussels sprouts. I got beef short ribs. I got strip loin steaks, ribeye steaks, chicken wings, and salami. That's it. I'm excited to have a stocked fridge since I just moved here and our fridge has been kind of empty. So yesterday I fasted all day and I'm still fasted today. So I only had 2 coffees yesterday, and then around dinner time I had a cup of bone broth, just because I needed some more salt and electrolytes. Um, Most of the day my blood glucose was around 6.1. I haven't even checked my blood sugars yet. Today I'm going to do that right now. So I'm still fasted. I'm at 36 hours right now. And I'll probably go until lunch. Let's check my blood glucose. I'm sure it's going to be higher than 6 because it's morning, and mornings are always high for me. But we'll see. Yeah, 8.7. You probably can't even see that. There, 8.7. I might test a product today if I could figure out a good time of eating my lunch and then making sure there's enough time to come back down and then eat the product and then test it 2 hours before dinner. So it's a little tricky when I test products because, if you eat lunch and then you eat a product, what spikes my blood sugar, my lunch or the product? So it's not that simple to just eat something and then show you what my blood sugars are, and 2 hours after I need to make sure I'm eating it alone without any foods around it. So I did have my coffee this morning. I'm still fasting. It's only 10:45 a.m. right now, so I think I'm gonna fast till lunch. I may go a little bit longer, we'll see. But one thing I did notice is that with my coffees this morning, it doesn't spike my blood sugar. I had my coffee, and then 2 hours later, my blood sugars were only 0.2 higher than what they were this morning. So I think it's safe to say that coffee is okay for me to drink, which I'm very grateful for because I do enjoy my coffees. Again, I think my blood sugars are averaging overall on the meter. It tells you the average, and it does tell you the weekly average. So far, even though I'm only on day 5, the weekly average right now is 7.9, which I think is pretty good for someone who's not on any medication, who spent the last month prior eating whatever I wanted. Like, I was eating pizza, french fries, ice cream, and none of the low-carb keto kind. So I think I'm doing pretty well. Over time, in the next few weeks, I'll show you how my blood sugars continue to drop down without using any medication, and how I maintain that. So this week has been, had some ups and downs, but I think my body's just getting used to eating healthy right now. And by healthy, I mean eating foods that do not cause inflammation or spike my blood sugars or spike my insulin. And you're surprised sometimes you buy keto products, and you eat them and you're like, wow, I can't believe I paid for that. And it just tastes terrible. I don't understand how people put out products like that thinking it tastes good. Like, taste it, enjoy it, hopefully you really like it before you sell it. But again, a lot of the big companies don't care. They just slap the word keto on it and hope that people like it because it's an option, not because they love it. It's just an option they can shove in their face. That's keto low carb. I don't play like that. I really don't like products that slap the word keto on it, and it is low carb and it is maybe healthy, but it tastes like garbage. No way, I'm not buying that anymore. I bought it for the last couple years, but now, no. I'm sticking mostly to whole foods. There are a few keto products that I do enjoy and love because they have clean ingredients. They make me feel good, and they taste really good. That's my number one priority. It has to not spike my blood sugar, and then second, it has to taste really good. Otherwise, I don't want it. I don't want to buy it. I'm not going to give you my money. So it's almost 1 o'clock, and I'm about to have lunch. I'm going to break my fast, so that's 41 hours. I just checked my blood sugar, and it's 6.9, which is great, because this morning it was over 8. So that's good. Let's have lunch. So this is what I'm having for lunch. Just some pizza and chicken nuggets. That's it. I had my lunch. It's 2 hours since I've had my lunch, and I just checked my blood sugars and it's 8.4. Mind you, after lunch I also had some of those no sugar added chocolate covered almonds that I bought at Bulk Barn. So before lunch it was 6.9 and currently I'm at 8.4. 2 hours after my meal. So my blood sugars didn't go back down to 6.9, but don't forget that 6.9 was 41 hours fasted. So the more I eat keto low carb, the more fasting I do, we're going to see a downward trend. By the way, I also switched to the app instead of using the sensor, the monitor, only because I was carrying around my phone anyways, and I was carrying around the monitor, and I decided why bother carrying around both when I can just carry the app on my phone. So, and it looks a lot nicer on the phone too. It's a lot easier to read. So I'm going to continue to use this, and to do that, you just download the app for this, and then you go to home, you go to check my glucose, and you just do one of these as well. It doesn't make a noise, but it vibrates, and then it shows you your blood sugar. And right now it's 8.5. Morning. It's Saturday and I thought I would just check in really quick. I measured my blood sugar this morning when I got up, and it was a 9.3. Right after I ate, it went up to 10.3, and so today I decided to eat breakfast just to see if it would go up and then go back down right away and help my morning dawn phenomenon go down if I ate. So 2 hours after I ate, and by the way I had 4 breakfast sausages and 3 eggs for breakfast, and 2 hours after I ate it went down to 8.9. I'm gonna keep checking it every 15 minutes or so and see if it continues to go down. I also did some house cleaning today. I've swept, vacuumed, and mopped the floors. So maybe doing a little bit of exercise is bringing it down as well. But if eating breakfast doesn't skyrocket my numbers when I have high numbers in the morning, then maybe I should eat breakfast. Because I normally didn't eat breakfast because I thought my morning numbers are high, I don't want to eat anything to affect them. But if it's not making a huge difference, maybe I'll eat breakfast and see if it goes on a downward trend shortly after, within a couple hours or 3 hours. And if it is going down, then maybe that's my body telling me that it needs something in the morning, more than just coffee. And we'll see. And maybe I'll skip lunch instead of having breakfast. I only like to have 2 meals a day anyways, just to keep my calories low, and to make it easier for me when I want to eat dinner, that I'll have a good meal. It's almost 2 o'clock. I haven't had lunch since my breakfast this morning. I haven't eaten anything. I haven't consumed anything. So I'm just going to check my glucose. And it is 6.6. So that's pretty good. It's seems like it's at a good number for now. Since I haven't eaten anything since breakfast, I think it's a good time to test a product. Because I haven't eaten anything, there's nothing affecting my blood sugars. I'm gonna try out these Smart Sweets. Let me count how many are in here. Oh, there's 10 per bag. So I'm gonna eat 3. and see what happens. Since I haven't eaten anything, I'm just going to eat 3 of these, and then I'm going to check my blood sugar right after, and then I'm also going to check it within an hour and then within 2 hours to see right now. So right now it's at 6.6. So I'm just in the kitchen making some meatballs, and it's about an hour after I took the Smart Sweets. I ate 3 of them, and so far I went from 6.8, it went up to 10.3. So we'll have to see after in another hour what my numbers are at. Okay, so just check my blood sugar. It's 2 hours after eating the Smart Sweets, and it's down to 8.9. But it is a pretty significant spike in my insulin levels just by eating 3 Smart Sweets, sweet fish. So I'll leave that up to you, whether you want to eat them or not. Just monitor your blood sugar, be careful it doesn't spike too high. So instead of a Smart Sweet, and I really want a snack, I've been buying these pepperoni pepperettes from Costco. They're from Noah Martin's Country Store in St. Jacobs, Ontario. So if you're in Canada, you can probably get these. It's only 1 carb, 1 gram of carbs for 2 of these. So that is going to satisfy a snack craving. It may not satisfy a sweet tooth though. Good morning. I have a bit of a late start today. Woke up early around 7 a.m. and I think my blood sugars were around, let's see. This morning they were 9.7. And this morning I decided to have a full breakfast, so I had a coffee with some cream in it, some collagen, and I had 1 waffle, and the waffle I make is with 1 tablespoon of almond flour, 1 egg, and I added some monk fruit juice to it, which is low carb, keto friendly. So after eating that, it's now probably been 3 hours since I ate it. I'm gonna just check my blood sugars quickly. It snowed again, so I gotta go out and shovel the snow. Let's do a scan now and see where we're at. Well, 9.4. It's still pretty high after eating breakfast. I did feel this morning very inflamed. I was very phlegmy, my nose was stuffed, I kept clearing my throat this morning. I'm not sure what I ate yesterday that would do that. The only thing that I ate that was kind of processed or not a whole food were those Smart Sweets that I had. Although I don't know if that's the case. Maybe I'll test again another day and eat them the same amount. I only had 3, and then see if the next day I feel inflamed and stuffy again. So this is the end of the week, and I started off on the first day, which was early morning, at 8.7, and I'm ending the week off today at 9.4. So I just wanted to use this week to show you how blood sugars can fluctuate, how you can use a monitor like this to not only look at your numbers and how foods affect you, but also look at those numbers and make better decisions in what you eat. So because my blood sugars are 9.4 right now, I'm going to go do some exercise by shoveling the snow, but I'm probably going to have a very low carb lunch. I might just have maybe a hot dog or some bacon. So that's what I do when I use this monitor, is to track not only my numbers, but also to help me make decisions in what I eat next. So if my numbers are really high one day, I'll just be extra careful not to eat too many carbs, or I may decide to fast. So that's what this monitor in this week has taught me, is just how to use this monitor in terms of what I'm going to eat next. Next week I'll probably be doing some fasting, probably a lot more fasting, either fasting throughout the day or I may do an extended fast. I might do a 3-day fast, just because I want to see, like, I think I really need a good reset. Like the other day I did 40 hours, but I actually think I need a 72 hour to reset and basically bring me right down to base level and then start from there. So join me next week. I'll be doing that. If you liked what you saw this week, if you have any comments on what else I can share, maybe different types of foods you want me to test, or let me know what works for you, especially for those morning numbers. If you have high morning numbers, or if you did have, what did you do to help? Because that's one of the struggles I seem to have, is the morning numbers sometimes are high and they seem to stay high until mid-afternoon. And I don't like that. I really want to get them down. Even though first thing in the morning I don't think I'll ever get too low, but I want them to go back down by mid-morning or afternoon. If you like what you saw this week, please subscribe and share this with anyone you know who might want or need to hear what I'm doing. Again, I'm doing this without medication. I had a month full of eating all the junk and whatever I wanted. So this is just going to be a week-by-week process on how I get my blood sugars back down without using medication. So this is just the first week trial. I'm going to keep going next week, and we'll go from there. And once my glucose monitor runs out, I only have enough for a month. I may go back to finger pricking, or I may buy more. We'll see. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this, and again, please subscribe to be reminded of next week's episodes as well.